नमस्कार. आजच्या या विशेष सत्रासाठी उपस्थित असलेल्या सर्व मान्यवर, तज्ज्ञ, उद्योजक, सहकारी क्षेत्रातील प्रतिनिधी, विद्यार्थी आणि बांबू क्षेत्राशी जोडलेल्या सर्वांचे इन्स्टिट्यूट ऑफ मॅनेजमेंट डेव्हलपमेंट अँड रिसर्चतर्फे मनःपूर्वक स्वागत. Thank you. Today, we have gathered here for a meaningful discussion on a theme that beautifully connects nature, livelihoods, and cooperative development. Bamboo in the cooperative movement, cultivating sustainability and prosperity. भारतीय संस्कृतीत बांबूला एक विशेष स्थान आहे. वादळातही न तुटणारा, मातीशी नातं जपणारा. वादळातही न तुटणारा, मातीशी नातं जपणारा, साधेपणातून सामर्थ्य देणारा, तोच बांबू निसर्गाचा आधार हिरवा. बांबू रिप्रेझेंट्स रेझिलियन्स, सस्टेनेबिलिटी अँड कलेक्टिव्ह ग्रोथ, व्हॅल्यूज दॅट रेझोनेट स्ट्रॉंगली विथ द स्पिरिट ऑफ कोऑपरेटिव्स. Since yesterday, we have been exploring the exhibition and interacting with artisans, entrepreneurs, and innovators working across the bamboo ecosystem. The exhibition features around 19 exhibitors showcasing a remarkable range of bamboo innovations, from jewelry, lamps, baskets, and decorative crafts to furniture, wall panels, lifestyle products, bamboo textiles, plantation materials, and even bamboo processing technologies. आता आपण आजच्या सत्रातील एका महत्त्वाच्या क्षणाकडे वळत आहोत. It is indeed a great privilege to welcome a visionary leader whose work spans policy, governance, sustainability, and global cooperation. It is my honor to introduce our chief guest, Shri Suresh Prabhu sir, former Union Minister of India. Shri Suresh Prabhu sir is a globally respected policy strategist, sustainability advocate, and visionary leader. He had served as a 6-time member of parliament and handled several important union cabinet portfolios including railways, commerce and industry, civil aviation, power, environment, and heavy industries. He has represented India at global platforms such as G20, G7, and the United Nations, contributing significantly to international dialogues on development and sustainability. Importantly, Prabhu sir has also launched the India Bamboo Forum, an initiative dedicated to strengthening India's bamboo ecosystem by bringing together policymakers, cooperatives, entrepreneurs, researchers, and industry leaders, which exactly connects to our theme here. His vision continues to highlight how bamboo can become a powerful catalyst for rural livelihoods, sustainability, and green economic growth. Before we invite him to share his thoughts, I request Dr. Abhijit Chivne to kindly come forward and felicitate our respected chief guest. Thank you so much, sir. बांबू म्हणजे निसर्गाची देणगी खास, गावापासून उद्योगापर्यंत वाढीचा विश्वास, हस्तकलेपासून उद्योगधंद्यांपर्यंत त्याचा विस्तार शाश्वत विकासासाठी ठरतोय बांबू नवा आधार. Today, we are fortunate to hear from a leader who has consistently championed sustainability, innovation, and inclusive growth. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in giving a big round of applause as we welcome Shri Suresh Prabhu sir, the driving force behind initiatives like the India Bamboo Forum. Sir, may I request you to kindly address the audience?
गुड इव्हनिंग फ्रेंड्स. तुम्ही एवढा आता मराठी आणि इंग्रजी या दोघांचा एवढा चांगला समन्वय साधून तुम्ही बोललात, म्हणून मी यांना म्हटलं आमच्या डॉक्टर साहेबांना की ते आमच्या तरुण मुलीने सगळे घेऊन आली होती, ते एक नारळ राहिला होता. मराठीमध्ये एक म्हण आहे, नारळ हातात दिला, म्हणजे नारळ हातात दिला की मला दुसऱ्या कार्यक्रमाला जायला हरकत नाही. So all of you understand Marathi or any? No, but if just tell me who doesn't understand. She will not understand Marathi. No, I know. So anyway, I'll speak. So can I speak in English? Is okay? I would have loved to speak in Marathi, but I don't want even one person who should not be excluded from this. Now I was asking him because you teach trade, so I'm going to speak a little bit. So I'll tell you. So anyway, I don't know how to thank IMDR for being a champion for bamboo as a cause. And you have been doing this for, I don't know for how long, but with such, and you talked about sustainability, the sustainability of maintaining this campaign itself is very, very commendable. So Mrs. Jain, who should have been here today, and I wish her speedy recovery, has been leading this with all the leadership of Deccan Education Society. Just now Mr. Jagdish Kadam called me, he's not able to join, but the kind of synergy between management, the faculty, those who are actually believing in bamboo as a source of changing the entire landscape of India are working here, and I'm very happy that you students at this young age are getting exposed to this new opportunity of working on bamboo. So anyway, I will not speak too much on bamboo today because we already know, we have spoken about it. But briefly, this is one agriculture crop which has a potential to change the economics of India. It will of course help ecology, but can change the economics of India in a significant way. So it's a win-win. So I remember way back in 1998 when we were launching this, nobody imagined that this could really become this. And yesterday I'm glad to know just now, Mr. Shilpesh Gambhire, he told me that chief, because I was not in Mumbai, I was coming from Bangalore, so I missed that budget speech. But our Chief Minister Devendra Fadnis has actually taken a decision to make bamboo as a government mission. So it's very welcome, and therefore this program which is now taking place, it is at the right time. So therefore bamboo has that potential, everything I'm not speaking. I'm just talking about one aspect of that. What is the role of future growth of bamboo through cooperatives? You know, Maharashtra is a home to cooperatives. The cooperative sector in India is very huge. Almost, you'll be surprised, almost 80-90 crore people are members of cooperatives. Sometimes they also don't know, because you live in a cooperative housing society, so you think it's a society, that they don't know it's a cooperative society. For a reason why they don't know also, because in cooperative housing society, except cooperation, everything is there. So that's why they also don't know what can be cooperative. It can be fighting cooperative society, is understandable. But cooperative has touched the lives of more than 80-90 crore people in the country. And there are many success stories. Amul is a success story, IFCO is a success story, there are many. There are failure stories. There are many failures. So we have to find out why an institution could succeed, and we must also know why an institution has failed. That's how, in case of your business studies, you do that. When you are actually doing in a management school, you'll find out why one company succeeded and why one company failed. So that's what you do for a case study for a particular corporate entity. But if you look at sectoral analysis, it's a very interesting study. It should be why something has succeeded, why something has failed. Again, I'm not going into those causes today because that itself is a very big subject. But I'm going to one aspect of that is, in Maharashtra, there are success stories of cooperatives transforming socio-economic lives of millions of people. Whether there is sugar, unbelievable. The first cooperative sugar factory was started by Mr. Vikhe Patil. That time when he started at sugar factory, people were again ridiculing him. Hey, the thing is growing here, you want to start a sugar factory? By planting sugar cane. There is no water, how can the sugar cane succeed? But that became a first cooperative sugar factory. There are two visionary policymakers, Dhananjay Gadge. In fact, he is the father of Madhav Gadge, who just passed away. He is another great champion of sustainability, who passed away very recently. He was also, all good people are residents of Pune. So therefore he was also residents of Pune. And this particular plant or a seed that was sown grew into a huge, amazing enterprise. The farmers started getting money for planting sugarcane, and sugarcane is not a new crop. People knowing about sugarcane for years, but there was no processing of that. And therefore sugarcane itself had no market. गन्ने का जूस बनाने के लिए you can go and get sugarcane. That's all. Same thing happened in case of Himachal. Apple, when I was growing old, when I was growing now, I become very old. When I was your age, even younger than your age, finding apple was impossible in marketplace. You will not believe it today. Nobody will believe it. Apple, my God. So that means which is like value of a gold. So then what happened? They developed a supply chain. From Himachal, they started cold chain. They also started cold storages. The trains started transporting apple through a process whereby the apple could not get rotten. So what is the success story of many of these? Milk. It is not that milk was not produced in India. Everybody had some, in fact this was part of a culture. Every house will have one cow. And that cow milk will be, at that time, we are not even knowing about buffalo milk. Because it was cow only will give milk. That was our belief. And that was also true. And cow milk has a huge nutritious value. In fact, because there are so many young girls sitting, I want to tell you something which is nothing to be subject I'm talking, but I want to still mention it. I am a chancellor of a university called Rishigul. This is in Haryana. So it happened last week, that's why it's still on my mind. We had launched a project called through WHO, World Health Organization. This is something which the mothers will understand. All of you are not yet mothers, but you must understand the value of this. When a child drinks, the child is breastfed and therefore is eating the mother's milk, the child's growth is fantastic. It gets immunity. You don't have to, even the doctors will not be happy with you, but otherwise everybody else will be happy about the child. So there is a concept now, new concept developed, that mother normally, that's how the nature's creation, can actually have a milk for almost 2 years after she gives birth to a child. So sometimes there is excess milk available. So if there is somebody has started a project called Milk Bank. So they will take mother's milk and give it to somebody who doesn't have ability to have a small child will get a mother's milk. So just imagine this type of idea, this type of concept. So I was just deviating it because I said milk and I said something. So milk in India was produced. Then what transformed? Why Amul became success story? Because it was not only milk that they were collecting and of course doing chilling and all of that. That is one part. But they started doing value addition. They started making hundreds of things out of milk. Literally. And therefore it became a success story. The farmer who was having a few animals and that milk was produced, so now farmer was getting value for milk, but also something more because he was a shareholder of a factory, shareholder of a cooperative society which was making the value addition product. Same thing happened with sugar. In a way, though it's not a cooperative success story, but therefore I just came to mind, therefore I mentioned apple, is also in a way a cooperative enterprise without registered as a cooperative society. So now we have to think about it. Can we bring these good experiments into success of agriculture products or agri-related, because milk is not agriculture product, but farmer has this as a supplementary income, and this is on the same field, because the animal waste will also become part of cow dung, will be useful as a nutrient for the soil. So can we make something like this in bamboo? Can you make cooperative success stories bring into bamboo? Just imagine. In fact, I am going to Ahmedabad. Just after there is one more program, then I am going to Ahmedabad. There is a big program, RSS related people, but there are some persons who are from Sahakar Bharati, who actually work in cooperatives, and these have really become a big entity. Most of the leadership of Sahakar Bharati is there, and I am anyway. Point I am saying is cooperatives has a huge potential to transform, particularly the rural livelihood, farmers, and for doing that, can bamboo be used as a next crop which can be now used through cooperatives and can be transforming socio-economic activity. Why bamboo? Because see, look at the similarity. Bamboo is also grown on the land, like what sugarcane will be grown. Of course, that similarity ends there, because then sugarcane has a huge negative impact on soil as well as on ecology, whereas bamboo has all the positive impact. But still, it is something which comes from the same soil. Now, just imagine, cooperatives bring in, and that's where I was thinking of mentioning you, I was asking him. Bamboo has a huge, cooperatives has a huge potential for aggregation. Now you also teach supply chain, right? You said that to me just now. Now just imagine, in supply chain, what do? You are actually aggregating. If you do that, that's the best supply chain solution. Aggregate and then take it to the marketplace, and then reap huge benefits of that aggregation. So cooperatives are the best aggregators. They can bring together the best available pool of resources. Sometimes it can be human resource, it can be natural resource, it can be any other kind of resource. But cooperatives have that ability to do aggregation of it. Cooperative can actually, as a form of organization, there are many forms of organization. You can have proprietary concern, partnership concern, HUF, private limited company now, even the limited liability company, LLPs, and many others. Of course, public limited company, many others. But cooperative has a great advantage because cooperatives actually can, the wealth that gets created in the hands of that particular entity, legal entity like cooperative or company, that wealth goes back to people. And that's a concept. And that's why I was saying success story and failure story. Many times it goes into the pockets of the person who runs the cooperatives. And that's why the cooperatives fail. So there's nothing wrong with the cooperatives. Like sometimes you say, democracy is a problem. Democracy is not a problem. The people who run the democracy are the problem. Democracy as a form of running government is a perfect form. It's people's will which has to prevail. But if I am abusing it, you blame me. You don't blame the democracy for it. Our Indian constitution has all the right elements into it. But if the constitution is not delivering what is needed, it is not a fault of the constitution. It's the fault of those who are actually using that as a statecraft, and therefore this is a problem. So, point is, cooperatives and bamboo will be a win-win combination. First, we have to plant bamboo. There, I would not advise that it should be a cooperative farming because it's not very successful anywhere in the world. Even in China, those communes never succeeded. In fact, that's the reason why in 1978, China became completely, there was a huge famine, completely devastated because there was no food available. So Chairman Mao came out with a simple solution. He said, you kill all the birds because they eat the same food that we could eat. So they killed all the birds flying around. But that's not a solution. The solution is not killing, but I'm saying what problem happened was, in China, land was nationalized, and therefore they thought that they will solve all the problem, but that resulted. So I'm not going to suggest that land should be owned by a private farmer only. So it should not be brought on the cooperative arm. That's not the right way of doing it. So you keep it, ownership remains with him, but there are so many things that are required for a successful farming, including sourcing good inputs, making sure, because we have what is the size of our Indian farmer land holding? It is not even in hectares, it is in acres. So when I used to talk to the US Trade Secretary, when I was the Commerce Minister over the US-Indian trade negotiation, I used to always tell him the same thing. Your farmers have hundreds of acres and our farmers don't even have 1 acre. That's the size. So now imagine that could be an advantage for a cooperative. If ownership of land remains with the owner of the land, with the farmer, and he has a lot of emotional attachment to the land. Meri Desh Ki Dharti, that movie also we always seen, Mother India. So therefore land remains with farmer, but all the farming activities that has to go in, including mechanization, because small farmer cannot afford mechanization, can actually be used top class. And if you are now aggregator, and that's what I was talking about, the advantage. If you buy bulk, you are buying seeds, you buy bulk, you are buying fertilizers, you can buy bulk, insecticides, pesticides, fungicides, you can buy bulk. So that's the cooperative can do. Give it to the farmer. Farmer can then use the best variety. Then again, bamboo has one problem, which actually bamboo flowering happens. And that time this is one of the biggest danger to farms, for bamboo. Anyway, so that part is different. But we can pull resources together and use those resources for individual farmers through a cooperatives. So that is one way of cooperative will benefit the farmers. But that's one part. That's a farming part. But the beauty of all cooperatives will come in only when you actually bamboo which is produced. Now even transportation of bamboo is a problem. In many places, the farmers find it very expensive to actually bring it down from the hilltop, and actually bring it to the marketplace is more expensive. So political party therefore thought that they'll use bamboo for something else. But now the new technology has come, so bamboo is not needed. Now you can use a simple roller and can do the job. But otherwise it was one time was used for that. So bamboo transportation, take it to the marketplace, that is one part. Again cooperatives can play a role. And in fact the Sangram Jagtap, who is a renowned journalist, he will tell you that even in sugar cooperatives, this transportation is done by this through the cooperative mechanism only. Of course they have outsourced it, but they do that. So this is second part. But important part and most important part, it's not something where cooperatives can play a game-changing role, is in terms of designing and marketing. If you can bring in the best of designs into bamboo, what is once of bamboo is made, now you have to actually make into a value-added product. The value-added product only will give money to the farmer. That's how the sugar transformed it. So is the milk transformed it, as I was saying in the beginning, with so many new products that are made. So here, if you have a cooperative institution which can help in design and marketing. Now just imagine those beautiful products which are on display, thanks to all of you. But just imagine what will be the biggest challenge for them? Marketing. Because it is that particular business is run by either husband and wife, father and daughter, son and somebody else. So it's not easy for them to do everything together. It is not easy for all small scale business also therefore. But now we are talking about sector. These are the challenges for all small scale enterprises. But now we are talking about sectors cooperative. So you just imagine if you can do that and get this marketing as well as this designing, it can transform the entire bamboo sector. The farmer will start getting unimaginable amount of money. I'm not saying he'll become Karodopati overnight, but he'll get huge amount of money than what otherwise would have got only as a farmer. And therefore, this is actually a magic crop. This is not just a bamboo which is being done like that. So therefore, I'm saying, if you can do that, in fact, this is what my idea was when 1998 we launched the project, set called all the trading houses which do exports, etc. So marketing is domestic, marketing is overseas. Marketing is not only for one particular geography. And there I'm telling you, right now there is a huge demand for organic products. Organic food is getting a premium price, but you can also add this and make like some of these people who have made, I could not even believe that it is made out of bamboo. Such a fantastic fabric, unbelievable, what just is on display. Can you imagine what demand it will have overseas? So therefore, but who can go and can somebody go into New York and start getting visa because Trump will not give you visa to begin with. But anyway, so problem is that if you have a cooperative institution, takes responsibility for branding. What is success of Amul? It's the brand. Amul is not a success of anything else, but it's a brand. So if you just imagine you try to do a good brand for bamboo, and that brand can be national, can be sub-national. It can be a brand which can be used for, say, only Maharashtra. In Maharashtra again it can be for us, because incidentally, Amul is owned by Khera district Milk Federation. It's only one district. So there's nothing wrong in having, so then you can actually use that brand for multiple purposes. But branding can also be through the cooperative must own the brand. And then exports. So our Minister for Cooperatives, Mr. Amit Shah, because all of you know him as Home Minister, or you know him as the leader of BJP, but he's also the Cooperative Minister. And he has actually created an organization, which in fact, I was chairing a policy for cooperatives. So we had made this recommendation, but for good part is that while we are making a recommendation, he was already implementing it also. So one of them was Export Promotion Agency for Cooperatives, which is already there. So either you can use that, or once you grow a little big, the bamboo growers can actually use their own brand, can market on their own within India and outside. And then this can become a game-changing idea. So therefore, I am saying I would rather talk about cooperatives and bamboo today, that's why I said, because this can be a complete game-changing idea. Now how that cooperative, etc. can be made, I can actually talk about that, but I think one day we'll need to have Mr. Karpe here. We can actually have a farmers organization and we can discuss with them. I'll tell them the wherewithals of how to do it. So we can actually work on that and can take it forward. But I'm telling you, you as students, and of course the faculty, should really look at cooperatives' role of transforming the entire rural economy, particularly of the bamboo, and therefore this can be a game-changing idea. So let me congratulate you once again for organizing this program and wishing you all the best. I have to go for yet another program. Actually, I want to talk about trade, but now maybe I will talk there. I'm going for that program because I have to go there. So I will thank you, all the best to you. I just landed from Bangalore and straight away came here. You have to go for that program, attend that program and go to the airport to go to Ahmedabad. So all the best to you. And this is a really very interesting idea. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir, for those inspiring and insightful thoughts. So your perspective truly enriches our understanding of how bamboo can contribute to economic development, environmental sustainability, community prosperity, and international trade as well. To formally conclude this session, I now invite Dr. Abhijit Shivne sir to propose vote of thanks.
Good evening. See, I am very happy that I shared this dais with Prabhu sir. It was a great opportunity. And because of his inspiration, last year we organized a bamboo exhibition. And this year also, with his inspiration, we took this topic that bamboo cooperatives and the prosperity and sustainability. And he has given this chief guest address on this particular topic. He talked about what are the challenges also in cooperatives. And he has also given a lot of ideas which can be converted into business models. Because there is a model, Amul model, which has become quite successful. Even in Maharashtra, we have some cooperatives, like in Kolhapur also, Gokul is there, that has become a brand. Like that, he is proposing that let us take bamboo as a one product of agriculture which can become like a sugar cane, cash crop for the farmer. And developing the entire supply chain, right from farming to making allied products and even exporting those products. So for all of us as a management student, this has been a very good, great lesson for all of us as faculty members, as students also. And you all are studying these specializations like marketing, then you are studying supply chain, you are studying branding, all has been covered by sir. It was great, sir. So I would like to, and he is quite busy person, and still he took some time for IMDR, came all the way directly from Bangalore, and shared his views about bamboo economy and cooperatives. I thank you, sir, from the Deccan Education Society's IMDR Pune. And similarly, I would like to thank Sanjeev Karpe sir and all those who are from bamboo community, and they have also given a lot of knowledge to our students. Similarly, all the entrepreneurs who came for exhibition, all the teaching, non-teaching staff here in IMDR who organize all these things. Similarly, I would like to also quote here is that our director, Madam Dr. Shikha Jain, is not here, but because of her inspiration, and she has given a lot of motivation to all the staff members to organize this kind of a exhibition and the program. Right? Similarly, I would like to thank all the students, right? Because you are there, that is why college is there, and you will learn a lot through this about entrepreneurship, marketing, supply chain, everything. And this will be remembered by you because a lot of examples are given. Thank you very much.
I request everyone to stand up for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंग तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे